Okay, guys, we discuss about different kinds of wave. The first one we discussed in the class was mechanical wave. And there are two types of mechanical wave. One is called transverse wave and the other one is called longitudinal wave. And a transverse wave is a kind of wave in which the wave moving in one direction. Suppose we have a string and we are creating a wave in this string. So the wave look like this. The wave are moving in this way while the particle of the string are moving up or down. Such kind of wave is called transverse wave. And the other kind of wave is called longitudinal wave. In longitudinal wave, the wave move, let's suppose in this way, then the particle of the medium also move either in forward way or in backward direction. Like the particle of the medium move in the direction of the wave, then these types of wave are called longitudinal wave. Example of transverse wave are wave in a string, a wave produced in a water, we call it water wave. While the example of longitudinal waves are sound wave and wave produced in a spring wave. These are the example of mechanical wave. Next we discuss about electromagnetic wave. Like wave which travel due to oscillation of electric and magnetic field. Suppose this is the electric field, they are always perpendicular to each other, and this is the magnetic field. If they oscillate, and due to this oscillation we have a wave which is moving in this way. Such kind of waves are called electromagnetic wave. Example of electromagnetic waves are light wave. Light wave are best example of electromagnetic wave. And the third type of wave was matter wave. The wave which associated with fast moving microscopic particle or object such as electron is called matter wave. In this course, our total focus is about this mechanical wave. We will discuss a little bit about this electromagnetic wave and also about matter wave. But the first part of the rest of this course is about mechanical wave. Now, there are different terms associated with the wave. The first one is called wavelength. What is a wavelength? And for that, and wavelength is always represented by this symbol lambda. I will consider the wave produced in a water, a lake of water. Suppose we have a lake of water. This is the lake of water. And someone is creating a disturbance here. Due to that disturbance, waves are propagating in different directions. These are the waves which are moving away from the point of disturbance in different direction. Now, this water wave, if we look at the water wave, it looks like we have some situation like this. There are some high level point and there are some low level point. There are some high level point and low level point. Now, we have two different points here. The point in water wave, this is the point where in the water wave where its height is maximum from its normal level, or the medium particle of the medium, the displacement of the particle of the medium is highest this point at this point, then this point is called crest. While the displacement of the particle at a point which is lowest, which is this point, then this point is called trough. Like the point in the water wave at which the displacement of the water from its normal level, this is the normal level of the water. Now the point where the displacement of the water wave from its normal level is highest is called crest, while the point where it is lowest, the lowest point is this one, is called trough. Now wavelength can be defined as the minimum distance between two identical points. The two identical points are this crest, or this trough, or this trough, or this point, and this point, such as crest is called wavelength, represented by the symbol lambda. Its unit is meter, or it can be measured in centimeter, or it can be measured in millimeter, or it can be measured in nanometer. Depends on the nature of wave which we are studying. Next we have another property or another term which are associated with the wave, which is called time period. Time period. What is meant by a time period? Now suppose you are somewhere here in a lake and someone is creating a disturbance here. Due to this disturbance, water waves are propagating in different directions. Now suppose one crest, the first crest, the crest which passing to this point. Now the time taken by the second crest to reach this point. Suppose one crest reached to this point, and the time for the second crest, this one, which reached to this point, is called time period. The time taken by the second crest to reach this point is called time period. The time period can be defined as the time required for two identical point to pass by a point. It's called time period. I consider the two identical points to be crest. Let's suppose one crest reach here, and the time taken for the second crest, by the second crest to reach this point is called time period. And it is denoted by this symbol T, capital T, and its unit is always second. Next we have another term which is associated with the wave, which is called frequency. What is mean by the frequency? Suppose, again I will consider the example of water wave. Suppose someone is studying here and another guy which is creating a disturbance at this point. And due to this disturbance, water waves are propagating in different directions. So these are the water wave. Okay? And someone is measuring the time, like measuring the identical point which reaches to this point in 1 second. Like the number of crest or number of trough passing through this point in 1 second is called time period. The number of crest or trough or any other identical point that pass a given point in a unit in time interval, in a unit time interval is called frequency, denoted by this symbol f. We can define frequency as the reciprocal of time period. It's called frequency. That is, frequency is the reciprocal of time period. Now time period has a unit second, so frequency unit will be second inverse, which we also call hertz. And next we have another quantity which is associated with the wave, which is called amplitude, which we already discussed before. The maximum displacement of the medium particle of a particle of the medium. It's called amplitude. Suppose this is a wave, okay, which is creating in a water or in a string. Now here we have the particles of this medium, the particle of the medium either move up or down. So let's suppose we have three particles. I consider three particles. This particle move up, this particle also move up, and this particle also move up. Now this particle move with a smaller displacement, cover a smaller displacement. This particle cover a displacement which is greater than this one, but this particle cover the maximum displacement. This is the maximum displacement. So this displacement is called amplitude, and it is denoted by A. In the next video we will discuss about traveling wave. Thank you.